Raise your hand in the comments if for some reason you don't own an Arrows plane, because in this video I'm going to tell you, at least in my opinion, the many reasons why Arrows is now basically the highest quality, lowest price brand of RC planes that you can even buy. I've had, I think, every single Arrows plane in the lineup, and these are two of the best ones, depending on whether you're a plane flyer or a jet flyer. Now, there's a lot to love about both of these, but really, let's focus on that price point, because this is a 4S EDF with landing gear, a steerable nose wheel. You can pop those off if you would like to, but it actually has flaps too. The normal price of this, by the way, it does have a rudder. Some of these planes don't have rudders around that price point. The normal price of this is about $200. I think they have an extended Cyber Monday deal going on. It's only like 10 or 15 bucks. Nothing to get too excited about, but in general, these are worth getting excited about. We're gonna fly this in today's video. Remember, that's 4S. Now the P51 comes in at around $230. It's a 3S airplane. And in my opinion, it is absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that it's also got rudder, because some of these planes in this price point don't have rudder. It also has flaps, and would you believe it or not, we've got retracts on this P51. Now they have tons of planes, not just these, but we're gonna fly these in today's video. And if these were other brands, they'd probably be about $50 more on average, maybe more than that. I love the Arrows brand. We'll have them linked in the description box below if you want to check it out. And we've got a pretty good day to fly, so I just want to put these in the air and show you why I love them so much. So let's fly. Now the P51 also comes with optional drop tanks, and they just slide on and off with the rail system. I think we'll fly it today without those, just because we have a little wind and it performs a little bit better without them. I do want to focus in this video, like I said, this airplane is extremely high performance, but you're not having to sacrifice quality for price, and that's where these Z packs have come in. I really like these. They tend to be about half price compared to some other batteries that I have been using. So these are really awesome, and if you buy them in like a dual pack bundle where we have them linked in the description box below, you can actually save even more with that. It's just a few bucks if you buy a couple in a bundle, but it is significantly cheaper than comparable batteries on the market and super high performance. Now, of course, I had to wear my P51 shoes while I'm flying a P51, and I know, because it's happened many times in the past, people will ask where I got these, and there are like 100 different Warbird shoes. So I'm warning you, if I send you to this website,
and there's women's shoes too, just so you know,
you're going to spend at least an hour there looking at the shoes, but I'll link it down there for you guys. Okay, this is a very cool website, so the shoes are down there. Oh, P51s on asphalt are sometimes hard to take off, right, rudder? Wow! Okay, maybe I need a little more expo. I did put some expo in for this flight. There we go, we just got to get it. This is a remaiden basically, guys, just so you know. And a little bit of right roll trim. So actually I grabbed this receiver out of another plane and threw it back in this plane. I don't always, with my tactic setup, because I don't have unlimited tactic receivers, I'll have to pull one from another plane and then throw it in this one, and it's like, you know, it was trimmed up for that plane. Landing gear up. Nice. It was trimmed up for that plane that I flew on, and then I fly this and I've got to re-trim it. So that's what that craziness was that you saw. By the way, this is 3S and I'm flying on about half throttle right now. So it's not even a thing you've got to cook to get high performance out of it. That's about a half throttle roll rate, and it's happy right around that. It's not, it doesn't, you full throttle it and here's what we go. And it flies great full throttle too. Let's go up and even try to snap it. Just a little P51 snap. That was amazing. Wow. I didn't know it could snap that good. I don't know if I've ever tried that on this one. So roll this way, take it up, and we'll snap it at the top here. Remember, this is flying on a 3S battery, which is insane.
True, that flip down.
Isn't that cool?
Fun.
It just flies so beautifully. If you want a P51 that is just the perfect little throw it in your car, keep it in one piece, high performance, yeah, really casual and fun to fly. Yeah, this is it. I mean, you can keep it really scale too. You just nice and scale if you want. You could throw in a smart receiver that would give you all kinds of, you know, telemetry and high performance. With what am I trying to say? I just heard a radio call and it distracted me. if you wanted to put a safe receiver in here to give you
you can
flight
do it.
stabilization, I'm trimming and I'm listening to the radio, then you know you could, but I'm just flying on a nice dumb tactic receiver. There's a hands-free pass. What a beautiful airplane. I love the bright yellow on the front of this thing. It's got little touches of red on the wingtips, so orientation for this is just awesome. Look at that, isn't that just pretty? Love the Arrows P51. In my opinion, it's just the perfect size little budget warbird. And it's got the extra bells and whistles. We've got our flaps, so we can hit those flaps. There's full flaps. He's back on the throttle. We'll try to get a nice slow pass over the runway here on the next one because the wind is coming at that direction. I think we're gonna try a fun landing on this one if I can pull it off. Really love this airplane, you guys. I mean, it's just a blast to fly. I'll keep it in the air for another minute or two because I'm not done. There's 0 throttle and full flaps. Throttling up, throttling up. Throttle up, flaps up.
Don't stall.
Yeah, I know. A little scary. Let's do another loop out here. Actually, we'll pull into a Cubic probably. I should have rolled out lower, but yeah, there we go. Just an awesome airplane. And you know what? It's not going to be in this video, but I'll tell you, I think their Trojan, the Arrows Trojan, is the best little warbird I've ever flown. And a lot of people would agree with me. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments, specifically about this brand. First of all, as I said, raise your hand if you don't own any Arrows. But on the flip side of that, I'd like to hear from you guys if you do own Arrows, because I want people to know it's not just my opinion. This is a great brand of airplane that just knocks it out of the park on quality. The assembly of these, it took me like maybe 20 minutes to put this together, and the Marlin, which I'll show you here in just a bit, is like 10 minutes for assembly. I mean, it's high quality assembly because another really well-known brand is probably where they're coming out of in the factory, but for whatever reason they just have this brand too. Let me see if I can hammerhead it, or sort of. There we go. I'll tell you what, let's do a fun landing. I'll see if I can pull it off. It's been a while. The wind just picked up, so it's probably not going to be pretty, but I gotta try it. So Abby, down here, we're going to climb up. Okay, this is always really fun. Climbing up really high. I can kick the flaps on like right there. Just do something crazy.
Don't forget your retracts.
I know. That's what's going to be fun about this. Okay, so no retracts on yet, but watch. Retracts down now. Oh no!
Whoa.
Oh my goodness! This wind is. You guys see which direction it's coming in? You know what? We're going around.
Again.
We're going around. Definitely going around. Haven't had to do that in a while. Whoo-wee! Oh, the gusts of wind are.
Winter time. That's what you get.
Had me nervous. Oh man. Okay, let's not be so show-offy this time. What we are gonna do, I got my switches in a different position too because of this tactic. So full flaps there, okay? We're still gonna do that. And then right over the runway, still under some throttle. There's retracts. The wind has died down some, so here we go. Aha!
Much better.
Much better, much better. And that's the benefit of going around. And I tell new pilots this all the time. If you think it doesn't look right, don't land. Now me, because I get it in my head that it's time to land, I force myself to land sometimes and I probably shouldn't have. We all do it, we're all guilty of it. But that's a good example of going around and saving the plane because winds can change. And by the way, that tail wheel is steerable, if you guys can see that. Now it doesn't retract, but it's steerable. So as I mentioned, we're showing you really high quality for not breaking the bank prices, and this is a 4,000 milliamp Z pack. Again, if you buy them in a dual bundle where we have them linked in the description box, you can save a few more dollars just by buying 2 at once, and they come in like half the price of like main brand batteries. So they're amazing. This is a 120C battery. It's crazy high performance. I've never had Expo on the Marlin when I've flown it, but today I decided to add some Expo. So let's see how that goes. We'll go half flaps on takeoff, even though I don't really need it. Hey. Nice. Still feels really like sensitive and touchy, and maybe I needed more expo. That's okay. I have always said, if you're afraid of flying an EDF, the Marlin is such a good first one. Now, it might not be the best trainer EDF that's out there. There are some ready to fly trainers, but this one is just, you're not gonna break the bank with it, and it comes with more bang for your buck. Not accessories, but you know, like flaps than some other competitors. I mean, if you spent 200 bucks on another jet of another competitor, you're not gonna have flaps, and you're not gonna be at 4S with nice robust landing gear, steerable nose wheel. It's just a great first, or just budget friendly EDF. Unlimited climb on 4S, and that's what we're flying on. And then we can snap it up there, and it's just really fun. I love the Marlin. It was one of my first EDFs, and I recommend it for anybody. Can I knife edge this thing? Yeah, wow, nice. Didn't expect that. Because it's got a tiny little rudder back there. Vertical stabilizer. We'll try to get that closer to the camera. It sounds good too. It's 4S, I think, what is it, 64 millimeter? Can't really remember, but nice knife edge. And that wasn't even full throttle. Right into full throttle, roll over, bring it around. Super fun, super predictable, easy to see, looks great. Just a very nice, sporty flyer if you're that kind of pilot. Yeah. Yeah. I could fly the Marlin every day and not complain about it at all. You know, I don't have it trimmed up perfectly or anything. It's just, like I said, I'm swapping receivers, and it makes a big difference when you fly something daily. It really makes a big difference. Little skip there, but that's all right. Now, the nice thing about this, when I took those flaps off, you know, when we did that on the P51, it ballooned up because I don't have any elevator mixed in. This one, when you hit flaps on or off, I'm not getting any ballooning at all. Just really fun to fly, which is probably why I'm just being a little more quiet. I'm just playing around with it. I'm just telling you guys, the Arrows brand, if you love flying and you're like, man, what's happening to the hobby? Everything's expensive. Well, first of all, that's the world. So sadly, we just got to deal with it, you know. But this brand is kind of like the shining light in the darkness right now that lets us have high quality airplanes. And not everybody's going to be into this. You got guys that are only big gassers. Arrows doesn't make big gassers. But if you're like me and you're into electric foamies and you like high quality stuff, this is it. And their prices are very, very fair. And every now and then they'll run a sale. And I think right now this one is on sale for 15 bucks off.
Hear it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you probably need to land.
That was wild.
I forgot to check your time, but you probably need to land.
Okay, we'll land it.
I forgot that's my job when you fly jets.
Right. Yeah, I love this. By the way, the P51 was at 3.81 volts per cell when I landed it, so it was perfect timing. Could have flown a couple more minutes, but now my batteries are at storage charge by default, and get some throttle on so I don't stall. I love the Marlin. I love it. It's just a great EDF. It's so awesome. It's not too big, it's not too small. It doesn't have really poor tendencies. Yeah. It's just the conversation that we can have in the comments section. I want to hear from you guys that don't own an Arrows plane, and I would like to know maybe why. And if you want to vouch for me in the comments, anyone that does own an Arrows, speak up. Let everybody know it's a great brand, because it is. I forget all the time that this little smart checker can do my non-smart batteries too. So this one is currently at 3.7 volts per cell. In other words, that's a pretty good time to land. I probably could have flown for 30 more seconds and still been okay. You know, I like to keep my batteries healthy, and it's cold out, so of course we're losing probably 30 seconds to a minute of flight time and a little performance, but these batteries are such high performance, I'm really not losing much there, in my opinion. Two extremely amazing airplanes, and I challenge you because you'll be hard pressed to find anything equivalent for less money. That's just where this brand shines. Now, if Arrows ever gets a big head and they increase their prices, I don't think they're going to be able to compete with anybody, but they've got the really high quality for under the average price point, and that's why I'm flying these on the channel today, because we're getting close to Christmas time, at least at the time of release of this video. And if you're looking for some good ideas, I promise you, test the waters. Go pick out, they've got gliders, warbirds, jets, small things, medium-sized things. There's a lot over there. So whatever floats your boat, give them a shot, because the quality is consistent. You know, I mean, if they put something out that was not so great, might be the Albatross, because it feels underpowered when I hand launch it, but everybody tells me I can put a 4S battery in that and be fine, so I've got to try that in the future. But it does feel underpowered on the hand launch. Go watch our video and see me crash it 10 times and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now hey, it feels like I'm remaidening planes every time I come out and fly, and in this case I did, because I yank a receiver out of one plane and throw it in another, and that's what keeps these in the air, just because Tactic sadly is not a solid existing brand anymore. But I've got a lot of receivers and I love my Tactic setup. So anyway, having said that, it does feel like I'm remaidening, which kind of makes things a little sketchy every time I pop something in the air, and I'm glad I've got AMA when I do that. That's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. It's an insurance program for those of us that fly, but it comes with tons of other benefits. And guys, it makes a really good Christmas present if you sign up the flyer in your family for AMA, because you know they're going to be insured, and it's a great feeling to know that when you're flying. But also it comes with a magazine subscription. Once a month you get a great magazine in the mail that talks about everything RC. They keep up with you know, all the hot topics and stuff. So I highly recommend you sign up for AMA. It's about the price of a couple batteries. It's half the price of one of these airplanes, and it's a really, really good feeling to have it for the entire year that you're flying. So linked in the description box below. And man, this was just a lot of fun. I loved slapping these together. Two airplanes put together in under like 40 minutes, maybe under a half hour. That doesn't happen very often, and I get to come out and fly such a nice variety of airplanes, a warbird and a jet in one video. This is a blast. I'm thankful for today. I'm grateful for today, and for everything in my life. I want to say a huge thanks to God. Also a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. Guys, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now, we made a couple videos recently on the channel about a few more Arrows planes, and if you've never flown anything before, one of the planes in that video was a ready-to-fly trainer. I think that's a really good video worth checking out. There's 3 planes in one video. So Abby, let's get that one ready to pop up for them right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.